Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, let us explore. After them lick down the people them house, let us explore and put on record what ADPEM said them do and the Ministry of Labour. Just for educational purposes. Just to make sure that we have it on record so we can say yes, remember when them did say this. Not that we believe them in any way, shape or form that they are going to do anything for the people, but we want to have it on record. Amen? Yeah, man, we want to have it on record, man, because I remember to like and share the video, ladies and gentlemen. Please and thanks. So let's put it on record. See it here. Labour Ministry stepped in to assist Cooper's pension and the families after homes demolished. Let's hear what them say them do, Jamaica. Let's hear what them say them do.
Latest news. The Ministry of Labour and Social Security says it is providing support to families affected by the demolition of homes in Cooper's Pen, Trelawney on Tuesday. The ministry said in a statement on Wednesday that social workers from its Trelawney Parish office visited the community to conduct a preliminary assessment of affected households and identify immediate welfare needs. It said that, based on the preliminary assessment, approximately 40 families have been affected, including households with children, senior citizens, persons with disabilities and other vulnerable individuals. As a result, the ministry said it mobilized additional support and, working alongside the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM, and other stakeholders, returned to the community to provide immediate humanitarian assistance to affected residents.
You know, this all sounds good. What exactly did you guys do? There's people in Hurricane Melissa on the television who don't have more money in their budget. So how not going to help them people? What kind of humanitarian assistance will you give them? Big word. It sounds good in humanitarian. We need details. We need details.
Residents. The team worked beyond midnight to ensure that vulnerable residents were assessed and supported. The Labour Ministry said the teams provided, among other things, food supplies, bottled water, toiletries, buckets, temporary shelter supplies, tents, and lighting equipment.
Oh, so I'll give them 10. So, this is phase 1. What's going to be phase 2 and phase 3 and final support? What is that going to be? And people still live on a tarpaulin, you know? After Hurricane Melissa, you know? Let's continue.
Equipment. It said its intervention is focused on assessing the immediate welfare needs of affected families, identifying vulnerable persons and connecting eligible residents with available social assistance and support services. Minister of Labour and Social Security, Panel Charles Jr., said the ministry's immediate concern is the welfare of the affected families, particularly children, older persons, persons with disabilities and others who may be vulnerable. Our social workers have been on the ground assessing their needs and providing immediate assistance, and we will continue to work with our partners to determine what additional support can be provided within the ministry's social protection programs, he said. The ministry said it will continue to assess the needs of affected residents and coordinate with the relevant agencies and stakeholders, as appropriate, to provide available social assistance to eligible families. Follow the Gleaner on air.
Mickey T just asks a question, say, where will these people erect these tents? I don't know. It's a very good question. Very good question indeed. Me just want, me say this is what me just put it on record with them saying, them say them are doing, you know. See?
Iglina Classifieds. ODPEM provides emergency relief to families displaced by Cooper's Pen demolition. The Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM, in collaboration with the Ministry of Labour and Social Security, MLSS, and other partners, has provided emergency relief assistance to families displaced by the demolition of homes in Cooper's Pen, Trelawney. The intervention was carried out on Tuesday evening after an assessment identified immediate humanitarian needs among the affected residents. The assistance focused on temporary shelter and other essential relief supplies to help families cope with their sudden displacement. ODPEM mobilized relief supplies from its emergency stocks and facilitated their transportation and distribution to the affected families. Director General of ODPEM, Commander Alvin Gale, said the agency's response was guided by the immediate needs identified in the community. Our immediate priority is to ensure that affected families have access to basic humanitarian support while the relevant authorities work through the broader issues associated with the situation, Gale said in a press statement. He said ODPEM would continue working with relevant agencies to determine what additional support may be required. The relief intervention came a day after residents of a section of Cooper's Pen were awakened by a pre-dawn demolition operation involving bulldozers, tractors, and sledgehammers. About 20 predominantly concrete houses were demolished during the hours-long exercise, which was conducted in the presence of a bailiff and a strong police contingent. Residents said the operation came without warning, leaving them scrambling to retrieve personal belongings and, in some cases, with nowhere to go. The Ministry of Labor and Social Security had earlier indicated that approximately 40 families were affected by the demolition, including households with children, senior citizens, persons with disabilities and other vulnerable individuals, and that social workers had conducted a preliminary assessment to identify immediate welfare needs. ODPEM said that, at the time of its intervention, no alternative temporary relocation site had been identified. It therefore provided immediate shelter assistance while the relevant authorities consider longer-term arrangements. The agency said it will remain engaged with the MLSS, local authorities and other stakeholders to monitor the humanitarian situation and coordinate further assistance where necessary and within its mandate and available resources. Meanwhile, residents of about 40 houses that remain standing on the property are reportedly uneasy after being warned that the demolition team could return to complete the exercise and clear the entire property. Follow the Gleaner on X, formerly Twitter, and Instagram.
So there's more properties for them to demolish. And I want it to sizzle in your spirit that, alright, them say them never know. That's what them say. I could run with for them argument. Tova Hamilton never know, the government never know, them know now. What will they do? Furthermore, what can they do? They have the power to stop everything, Jamaica. Will they do it? We shall see. Mark it down, you know. Mark it down. There's more houses to be demolished in the area. Will the government say, yo, no, we're going to buy this land, we're going to make sure the people them get it, so they can build back them property. The People's National Party has done that many times before. Let us see if they are going to do it. So either way, you know, them can't escape accountability, you know. Because them are some snake and some reptile, you know. Them love to wiggle them, we and squirm and put out narrative. You see JLP supporter put up on Mark Bowling and proving and one bag of nonsense. I am waiting to hear from Mark Bowling and Peter Bunting. I believe they are supposed to go down there. Because we need to know exactly what's really going on. Who is lying? I don't believe the government for 1 minute that they didn't know that this was going to happen. I don't believe them for a second, ladies and gentlemen. Not even for a millisecond. I don't believe them. But you see, I believe it's appropriate to remind the people again.
We're doing it because the people of Jamaica need a better life. That is why we're going to build 50,000 affordable houses in our first term. We're going to have them all across Jamaica. And we're going to build them on public lands not suitable for agriculture. And we're not going to include the value of the land in the price of the house, because we want the people of Jamaica who need affordable houses to be able to access it. And they're going to get real value for money, because the land will be theirs and they don't have to pay a price for that. That's where we're going to reform the National Housing Trust and restore it to its true mission, the original purpose for which it.
And me find it, man. I want the fullness of this, man. You know, listen to Marky G, man. Listen to Marky G. Yes, play that back. Listen to Marky G.
Culture. And it is why when we see all of the people living on land, public land, living on it for years, build them house, but they don't have no title. And the colonial law that says they can't get a title unless they live there undisturbed for 60 years is such a wickedness. We're going to reduce it to 25 years. We're going to get them their title. And when we run the maths, we see that we will be transferring over $1 trillion of ownership value to the people of Jamaica in the biggest transfer of ownership in the history of this land.
Over $1 trillion worth of land value was going to be transferred to the people of Jamaica under the People's National Party. What is happening under Anthony's government? The opposite. These same people are being displaced under his watch. And people want to come defend foolishness. Huh? It happened under his watch. Oh, they never know. They know now. What are they going to do? They could have adopted the same policy because them thief all type of idea from PNP. It wouldn't be the first. They could have adopted the same policy from the People's National Party and put it into law. 25 years. 25 years. Those people in Cooper spend some of them they live 30. Jamaica them. Nobody could have done them nothing if the PNP in a power. They would have gotten their titles already. You know what I'm saying? They would have gotten their titles already. Make that sink in.
There are so many things we want to do. We want to help our workers. We want to ensure that the contract work abuse that goes on in various sectors of the economy, having our workers on a string like a yo-yo, denying them the rights that they should have as full-time employees. We're going to put a stop to that abuse. I want to thank the hotel workers I was reasoning with a few weeks ago here in Montego Bay, who said to me, Marky G, the tax and the tips and the gratuity, it have we away. We need more money in our pocket. We work hard, but we can't make ends meet. I beg you, deal with that for me. I'm going to deal it for you, because my sister, you need it. We're going to deal with it for them. We won't be taxing the tips and the gratuity. And the security guards, and the police, and the firemen, and any worker who earns overtime pay in this country. If your earnings are under 6 million a year, you will not be taxed on your overtime, because we know you need that little break to make your life that much easier, that much more bearable, that much nicer.
When you make Andrew chicken about $32,000. Eh? When you make Andrew chicken about $32,000. Eh? When you make Andrew chicken about choose Jamaica before you choose on yourself. Choose the island before you choose on yourself. The first law, natural order is self-preservation. And you allow the devil to persuade you to choose Jamaica and not yourself. It's a crying shame. Right now, I'm saying my heart break. Just to listen to the things that were Marky G and the People's National Party when I put in place. And the people them turn away. The people them sick good and turn them back away from it. And sell out themselves and sell out them brothers and sisters. Mighty God.
And when they see the struggles that families are going through, reflected in the food insecurity, because they're talking about poverty rate and they're talking about unemployment rate. But if those rates don't mean anything because people hungry and people not eating properly, that means something must be done. And that is why we're going to increase the income tax threshold to $3.5 million a year. You will pay zero tax on the first $3.5 million of your income. It is going to mean a significant benefit for many people who are struggling now. And for those who earn more, they will get the benefit up to 3.5. So there's something in it for them as well. And comrades, we're going to govern the country with a seriousness of intent to restore dignity and integrity and confidence and trust in the leadership of the country by the people who elect and put us there. We'll be introducing the impeachment legislation. So we will put an end to a situation where an MP can be caught on a video with a big stool in a car park, beating a woman bad, and nothing don't come out of it at all. And he's running to be a candidate for the JLP again in this election. They don't respect the women of this country.
Me say, look pan Caution big up. Look pan Mark Golden daughter in her background. That one they touch her soul in the man when the man talk about that. You know. Me say, let me tell you something. Outside of the love of God, which is the most important thing, make me could have never be a laborer. Because this party deal with necromancy and evil. Outside of that, the things them where them show me, now when me hear about them, where they show me with a decision like putting that man into power, to give him a chance to go in at the so-called honorable house. That was it. That are one of the things them that is just you know, like I cannot make an excuse for you for that. That if there was any chance of me giving my support to the Jamaica Labour Party at any point in the future, that does make it can't happen ever. Anything for win, or things say them are going to win anything. That is the type of party they are. No? It doesn't matter. That is the modus operandi of the devil. The devil operates in that manner, ladies and gentlemen. Anything to win. There's no moral compass. Don't make me know what you think in that comment section here, man. Why may I tell you, boy? Now them come out and talking about how the ADPEM bring humanitarian aid and one bag of thing. When the people them house done mash up. Where was the defense? But you see, there's another opportunity. And we're going to be waiting with bated breath to see whether or not they're going to stop these people who are trying to demolish the rest of the people them land. Buy the land and make the people them get it. And make them start pay a fee. And some type of compensation if you go there, because the people them done build up house already and now them not have no house. Big old concrete with steel and everything. 3-bedroom gone. $1.5 million. And that's a one man. Make we see what them are gonna do. Them are gonna do anything substantial. Or are they going to try and convince you that it's no we really can't do anything, you know. I know that we're the government and we have all the power. But we cannot step in and say we're gonna buy the land. Because we're not the PMP. The PMP did it and they did it under the law, but we can't do that. Let's see if they're gonna do that. We need to find out who owns this situation where they want to do what they want to do. We need to find out who is really behind it. That's all we really want to know. And I think that is going to blow the context door wide open as to why the government is having this posture of they can't do anything. Let me tell you something. All they had to do, ladies and gentlemen, was put out a press release this morning and let it be known that the government of Jamaica did not know about this. And in good faith, we are going to purchase that land and give it to the people. Argument done. If they are truly genuine about the people and helping the people, that is exactly what should have happened this morning. It has been done before under the PMP. Have you guys heard anything like that from them? Crickets. Crickets. Like, share, and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. Crickets.